Day 1. Arrival in Cairo, city of 1,000 minarets. The warm breeze of the Egyptian summer brushed against Sami and Muna's cheeks as they exited Cairo International Airport. A taxi zipped past palm trees and chaotic roundabouts, the city alive with honking cars, towering mosques, and the scent of grilled meats and sweet hibiscus tea. Their first destination was the Egyptian Museum in Tahrir Square. As they entered the grand rose-colored building, Muna's eyes lit up at the sight of the golden mask of Tutankhamun. Sami stood mesmerized by a full sarcophagus, its intricate carvings almost whispering ancient secrets.
This place feels like stepping into a dream, Muna whispered, flipping through her guidebook.
They strolled through halls lined with statues of gods and queens, laughing when a tiny school group mistook Sami for a local guide. He played along briefly, explaining the difference between Ra and Osiris until the teacher chuckled and thanked him. Later, they wandered the lively Khan Al-Khalili bazaar. The alleyways buzzed with life vendors shouted prices over strings of lanterns and carved wooden boxes. Muna bought a hand-painted jewelry box while Sami bargained, badly, for a brass coffee set. They tried kashari, Egypt's famous lentil pasta dish, at a small corner diner. Day 2. Journey to Abu Simbel, temples in the desert. The next morning, a short domestic flight took them to Abu Simbel, in the far south near the Sudanese border. From the air, Lake Nasser shimmered beneath the morning sun. A minivan drove them through the desert, with nothing but endless golden dunes. Then, the mighty temples of Ramses II appeared, colossal statues carved straight into a cliffside, staring across the lake like ancient guardians. "Whoa," Sami said, taking off his sunglasses. "Photos don't do this justice." They entered the main temple, where sunlight poured into vast halls lined with colossal pillars. Wall carvings depicted battle scenes and religious offerings. Muna gasped as she found the solar alignment chamber, where the sun hits the statue of Ramses only twice a year. Later, they explored Nefertari's temple, which was smaller but richly decorated. The soft afternoon light painted the sandstone in warm golds and oranges. They stayed in a small lakeside eco-lodge that night. Over grilled fish and honey cakes, Muna and Sami stargazed under the clearest sky they'd ever seen.
It's like Ramses planned all this just for us, Muna laughed.
Day 3. Return to Cairo. Nightlife. Dance. Back in Cairo by mid-morning, the couple checked into a cozy guest house in Zamalek, overlooking the Nile. The mood was electric. Children played in alleyways, musicians strummed ouds, and steam rose from roadside tea kettles. In the evening, they ventured into the legendary Haram Street, known for its vibrant nightlife and belly dancing venues. They entered Casino El Lail, where lanterns glowed and a traditional band filled the room with hypnotic rhythms. A famed Egyptian dancer, wearing a glittering red costume and golden bangles, took the stage. Muna clapped with delight as Sami was pulled up by a staff member to join in a Dabki-style dance with tourists and locals alike.
"I'll never live this down," Sami said, laughing as he mimicked the steps. The staff gifted Muna a small tambourine with Arabic calligraphy as a souvenir.
Day 4. The Pyramids Sphinx, wonders of the world. Their bus arrived early at the Giza Plateau, and as the morning haze lifted, the pyramids of Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure loomed like something out of time. Sami and Muna stood hand in hand as they approached the Great Pyramid, marveling at the size of each stone.
We're walking in the footsteps of the ancients, Muna whispered. They climbed partway up, peeking inside narrow chambers.
Then came the majestic Sphinx, its eyes weathered but still watching over the plateau. A local guide snapped many photos of Muna kissing and standing beside the Sphinx from different camera angles. They rode camels across the sand with a man named Ahmed, who taught them Egyptian phrases between jokes. "Say mish mushkilai, it means no problem," he shouted as the camel suddenly bolted a few feet. Sami nearly dropped his phone while Muna screamed, then laughed uncontrollably. Lunch was at a rooftop cafe in Giza, with views of the pyramids silhouetted against the sky. Day 5. Al-Mokattam Church, hidden wonders. The morning took them to Mokattam Mountain, where they visited the cave church of St. Simon the Tanner. Built into the rock itself, the massive church could hold over 20 people. Carvings of biblical scenes lined the cliffs outside. "Is this really real?" Muna whispered, touching the stone walls. They sat quietly, letting the hush of the cave and the scent of incense wash over them. Afterward, they explored Garbage City, the neighborhood surrounding the church. It was humbling buildings made of scraps, but the walls were alive with murals of saints, angels, and hope. They took a tuk-tuk back down, dodging goats, children, and motorbikes. Sammy's hat flew off and landed on a vendor's stall, causing laughter from everyone. They finished the day with stuffed pigeon and malakia stew at a family-owned restaurant in Old Cairo, exchanging smiles and food stories with a couple from Alexandria. Day 6. Nile Cruise, Final Farewell. Their final day was dedicated to the Nile River, the lifeline of Egypt. A wooden felucca boat waited for them near the Corniche. The late afternoon light cast golden ripples on the water. They sat on floor cushions, sipping mint tea as a gentle breeze moved the sail.
The Cairo skyline glowed in soft orange hues. Sami held Muna close. "This place changed me," he said. "There's history in every stone, but the people make it alive."
They stopped briefly at Manial Palace, where Ottoman-era rooms, peacock mosaics, and lush gardens gave them a final dose of wonder. That evening, their host threw a small farewell gathering with music, bread, and fresh mango juice. Muna danced barefoot with a group of children, while Sami played a drum given to him by their guide. Their bags packed, souvenirs wrapped, and hearts full, they headed to the airport just before midnight. Airport goodbye.
As the plane ascended over the shimmering Nile, Cairo's lights twinkling far below, Muna looked at Sami and smiled. "We came for history, but I think we found ourselves."
Sami nodded. "And maybe our next great story."